This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024, Blazing America. Record heatwave tests power grids and public health. Scorching temperatures persist as a heatwave expands across the United States, with record-breaking temperatures expected in various regions. The heatwave, which has been ongoing for 6 days, has brought scorching temperatures to numerous parts of the country, including the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Southern Plains, and the West. In Baltimore, the mercury soared to 101 degrees, breaking the previous record of 100 set in 1988. Similarly, Dulles, Virginia, saw temperatures hit 100 degrees, surpassing the 1988 record of 99. The heat wave has also affected cities like Philadelphia and Tampa, Florida, where high humidity levels have pushed heat index values above 100. New York City is bracing for soaring temperatures, with a projected heat index of 103 degrees over the weekend. The city already experienced its highest temperatures in nearly 2 years, with Central Park reaching 94 degrees on Friday. The heat wave has raised concerns about heat-related power outages, but power grids in New York and nationwide have remained resilient. However, hazardous conditions persist, with Manhattan, Indianapolis, Cincinnati, and Pittsburgh facing the highest health risks from the heat. Data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention reveals a significant increase in heat-related emergency room visits in regions heavily impacted by the ongoing heat wave. The rise in heat-related illnesses underscores the escalating health risks associated with prolonged heat waves, exacerbated by the impacts of global warming. In Michigan, thousands of residents found themselves without power following intense storms that swept through the region. Severe weather conditions led to power outages affecting 69,000 customers, with about 7,000 still lacking power days later. The heat wave has also highlighted the importance of preparedness during heat waves. Residents like Lindsay Brenz and Deb Dworkin coped with the outages by taking measures to stay cool, highlighting the importance of preparedness during heat waves. The urban heat island effect has also amplified the heat in cities, making it feel even hotter. The heat wave is expected to continue through the week, with above-average temperatures expected to linger in the mid-Atlantic states. The current heat wave has also highlighted and reminded all of the importance of preparedness during extreme weather events such as this, which are seemingly becoming more and more common. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Flood crisis in Iowa. Governor Reynolds takes action. Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds declared a disaster on Saturday, June 22, as continuous heavy rainfall caused severe flooding in the Northwest. The flooding forced evacuations in several cities, including Rock Valley, causing residents to be displaced from their homes, including those where some residents needed to be evacuated by boats and helicopters. The Hawarden water and sewer plant was shut down, and residents were advised not to drink the water. The flooding was caused by weeks of rain in the area, which caused rivers to crest. The situation is ongoing, and officials are working diligently to manage the crisis and ensure the safety of affected residents. Stay tuned for further updates on this developing story. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Robots.txt controversy. Tollbit, perplexity, and the scraping debate. Multiple AI companies are reportedly bypassing a common web standard used by publishers to block the scraping of their content for use in generative AI systems. This is according to content licensing startup Tollbit, which has warned publishers in a letter that numerous AI agents are ignoring the Robots Exclusion Protocol, or Robots.txt. This protocol is a widely accepted standard that allows publishers to indicate which parts of their website can be crawled. The letter did not name the specific AI companies or publishers involved. This comes amid a public dispute between AI search startup Perplexity and media outlet Forbes over the same web standard. Forbes had accused Perplexity of plagiarizing its investigative stories in AI-generated summaries without attribution. A Wired investigation found that Perplexity was likely bypassing efforts to block its web crawler via the Robots.txt protocol. Tollbit positions itself as a matchmaker between AI companies and publishers open to licensing deals. The company tracks AI traffic to publisher websites and helps settle on fees for the use of different types of content. According to Tolbit's analysis, Perplexity is not the only offender bypassing the Robots.txt protocol, and the company has observed numerous AI agents doing so. The Robots.txt protocol was created in the 1990s to avoid overloading websites with web crawlers. Although there is no legal enforcement mechanism, historically there has been widespread compliance on the web. However, it has become a key tool for publishers to block tech companies from using their content for free in generative AI systems. Some publishers have even sued AI companies for copyright infringement over these practices. The debate over the value of content in the age of generative AI continues, with some AI developers arguing they have broken no laws in accessing content for free. Publishers, on the other hand, are raising concerns about news summaries generated by AI, as it can impact their ability to monetize their content and pay journalists. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Trump backs commandments in schools amid legal controversy. Former President Donald Trump has endorsed the display of the Ten Commandments in public schools, urging evangelical Christians to vote in the upcoming election. Trump's endorsement has received mixed reactions, with critics claiming it is a political ploy to appeal to his conservative base, while others applaud his efforts to promote religious values. This move is seen as an attempt to rally support from religious conservatives ahead of the elections. Trump's endorsement comes as part of his ongoing efforts to maintain a strong alliance with evangelical voters, who have been a key base of support for his administration. Trump expressed his support for the display of the commandments in public schools, citing a recent Louisiana law that mandates their presence in every classroom. He emphasized the importance of the commandments in American public education, stating that they outline ethical principles and are a crucial part of the country's moral foundation. Trump's endorsement of the Ten Commandments in schools has also drawn criticism from some others as well, who argue that it infringes on the First Amendment by compelling religious content in public institutions. The American Civil Liberties Union has already leveled a legal challenge against the Louisiana law, citing a prior U.S. Supreme Court ruling that nullified a similar requirement for displaying 10 commandments in courthouses. Despite the legal challenges, Trump remains committed to the display of the commandments in schools, stating that it is a crucial step in the revival of religion in the United States. He has also emphasized the importance of Christians' engagement in the political process, highlighting the perceived threats to religious freedom and national security. Whether truly sincere or not, Trump's recent endorsement of the Ten Commandments in schools has reignited the heated debate about the role of religion in American public education. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. USS Eisenhower's return and Theodore Roosevelt's deployment amid Houthi attacks. The USS Dwight D. Eisenhower has left the Red Sea following ongoing Houthi attacks in the area. The carrier strike group is now headed back home after engaging with the Houthi rebels. Yemen's Houthi rebels recently targeted a ship in the Gulf of Aden as the Eisenhower aircraft carrier prepared to leave. In related news, the USS Theodore Roosevelt is now heading to the Middle East. Lastly, there are fact-checking reports questioning if an American F-22 Raptor was shot down by the Houthi rebels over the Red Sea. The USS Eisenhower was instructed to head back to Norfolk, Virginia, after an intense combat deployment. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. USMNT gears up for Copa America showdown against Bolivia. The United States men's national team is set to kick off their Copa America campaign against Bolivia on Sunday. The team has been preparing for this tournament, and they are looking to make a strong start. Tyler Adams and Josh Sargent are both available for the opener, which is a boost for the team. There is a discussion on whether the current USMNT team is better or worse than the World Cup team. However, it is important for the USMNT to remain focused and perform well in the Copa America first before even thinking about the 2026 World Cup. The USMNT has been working hard to improve their performance, and they are looking to build on their recent warm-up match against Brazil. The team has been focusing on their technical and aggressive style of play, and they are confident that they can compete against the top-tier international teams. The Copa America is a proving ground for the USMNT, and though they are in a tough group and will face tough opponents in the coming days, they are confident that they can still make a strong impression in the tournament. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Regulators flag J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, and Citigroup for derivative risks. J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, and Citibank have been flagged by regulators for holding trillions of dollars in derivatives without proper contingency plans. According to reports, these banks failed to meet the requirements set by regulators for living wills, which are plans for the orderly resolution of a failing financial institution. The Federal Reserve and other regulators have expressed concerns about the bank's ability to unwind their complex derivative positions in the event of a crisis. This lack of contingency planning is seen as a risk to financial stability and could potentially pose a threat to the broader economy. The banks involved, including J.P. Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, and Citigroup, have been urged to improve their living wills to ensure they can navigate a financial downturn without causing broader systemic issues. This news comes as regulators continue to monitor the financial sector closely and take steps to mitigate risks. The banks have been instructed to improve their plans by September. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Boeing Starliner delays. Engineers scramble to fix thrusters and helium leaks. Boeing Starliner astronauts are stuck at the International Space Station as engineers on Earth race against time to fix multiple problems. The spacecraft was supposed to return to Earth on June 26, but that date has been pushed back due to technical issues. The Starliner has suffered 4 helium leaks and 5 failures of its thrusters, and NASA wants to give its teams more time to analyze the data and ensure a safe return. The astronauts, who were originally supposed to spend just 5 days in space, are now facing a minimum of 20 days in orbit. The delays are a significant setback for Boeing's troubled space program, which has been plagued by technical problems and is already over a year behind schedule and $1.5 billion over budget. Despite the challenges, the astronauts are safe and healthy, and the spacecraft is capable of spending up to 45 days in space if necessary. However, the delays are a problem for the engineers back on Earth, who are working to resolve the issues and get the Starliner back on track. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Rip Current tragedy. Fathers from Birmingham lost in Panama City. 3 Alabama men have tragically drowned at a beach in Panama City, Florida, after getting caught in a rip current. The incident occurred at a time when dangerous rip current threats have been persisting along the Florida coast. According to reports, at least 6 out-of-state individuals have already lost their lives due to rip currents in the area. The death toll from rip current drownings continues to rise, with 4 people now confirmed dead at Panama City beaches. The victims in this particular incident were identified as fathers from the Birmingham area who were said to be inseparable. The tragic incident serves as a reminder of the importance of being aware of rip currents and taking necessary precautions while swimming in the ocean. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Robert Whitaker dominates in UFC Saudi Arabia debut. Robert Whitaker made a statement in the UFC's maiden trip to Saudi Arabia, stopping Ikram Aliskerov in the first round. Whitaker, the former middleweight champion, showed he remains a force at the top of the 185-pound division, using his world-class striking to get his opponent out of there in under 2 minutes. He landed a right hand to put Aliskerov on wobbly legs, followed by a picture-perfect uppercut that left the Russian slumped against the side of the cage. Whitaker told Daniel Cormier after the fight, "I told you, I told everybody. I'm the boogeyman. I'm the best in the world, and I'm the most dangerous matchup for anyone in the division." He added, "I'll take a fight anywhere, anytime, and I proved it tonight and I'll prove it again. I'll fight anyone." Whitaker's stunning victory has undoubtedly made a serious impact in the middleweight division, with future contenders now sure to take him a lot more seriously after this win. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024, South Dakota emergency response. Governor Noem's declaration and flooding impacts in Sioux Falls. Governor Kristi Noem has signed an emergency declaration for storms and flooding in South Dakota. This declaration will provide resources and assistance to local communities impacted by the severe weather. Flash floods have overwhelmed water systems, causing concerns about water quality and safety. Travel advisories have been issued for southeastern South Dakota, and there have been road closures, including Interstate 29, although it has since reopened. The city of Sioux Falls has also experienced flooding, with Falls Park and the Big Sioux River reaching high levels. Photos show the extent of the flooding in downtown Sioux Falls. Local authorities are closely monitoring the situation and working to keep residents safe, and state agencies have also been responding to assist those affected by the flooding, and will continue assisting local governments throughout the emergency. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Brianna Stewart shines in historic New York Liberty victory over LA Sparks. The New York Liberty made franchise history with their best start ever, led by Brianna Stewart's 33-point performance as they defeated the Los Angeles Sparks. Stewart scored a season-high 33 points, including a remarkable 20 points, 5 assists, and 5 blocks in the first half alone, which marked the first time a player achieved such a feat in WNBA history. Stewart was the key player for the Liberty, while scoring a historic first half that set the tone for the game. Stewart also became the first player to have such a dominant first half against the Sparks. The Liberty's win over the Sparks secured their best 17-game start in franchise history, improving their record to 14-3, the best start after 17 games in franchise history, and showcasing the team's overpowering performance. It was a significant moment for the Liberty and Stewart as they continue their impressive start to the season. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Texas A&M triumphs over Tennessee in College World Series opener. Texas A&M outlasted Tennessee in the first game of the College World Series, winning by a score of 9-5. The Aggies jumped out to an early lead, scoring 2 runs in the first inning, including a leadoff home run from Grahovic. They added 5 more runs in the third inning and took a 7-2 lead into the fourth inning. The Aggies added 2 more runs in the top of the 7th inning to make it 9-2, but Tennessee answered with 3 runs in the bottom of the inning to make it 9-5. The Volunteers used 5 different pitchers in the game, with Causey going 3.2 innings and striking out 5 despite giving up 4 runs. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Political fallout. Nigel Farage's controversial remarks on Ukraine and NATO. Nigel Farage, the leader of Britain's right-wing Reform UK party, has sparked outrage from political opponents after saying the West provoked Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a recent BBC interview, Farage defended his previous tweet attributing Putin's invasion to the expansion of the EU and NATO. He argued that the continuous eastward expansion of these alliances provided Putin with a pretext to incite his people and engage in warfare. Farage's comments drew strong criticism from British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Labour leader Keir Starmer. Sunak accused Farage of appeasement, calling his claim completely wrong and dangerous for Britain's security. Starmer described Farage's comments as disgraceful and established that he was an apologist for Putin. Farage clarified in his op-ed that he viewed Russia's invasion of Ukraine as indefensible and insisted that he was not an appeaser. However, he repeated his claim that the West played into Putin's hands, giving him an excuse to declare war. His critics, including British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Labour leader Keir Starmer among many others of course, have all disagreed. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. China-French satellite success marred by rocket debris incident. China has launched a Sino-French astrophysics satellite into orbit, but unfortunately, debris from the rocket fell over a populated area. The satellite was launched as a joint effort between China and France in an attempt to explore the universe. The incident caused concern as part of the Chinese rocket exploded near a residential area upon re-entry. The video footage of the explosion shows the intensity of the incident, but it is still unclear if there were any injuries or damages caused by the falling debris. The launch of this satellite is aimed at better understanding the universe and advancing astrophysics research. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Tory betting scandal. Sunak and Johnson under fire. In the latest development of the UK election betting scandal, a fourth Tory official is reportedly being investigated and has taken a leave of absence. This news comes after 3 Conservative Party officials were already suspended for allegedly placing bets on the outcome of the 2019 general election. The investigation is said to be examining whether the official used confidential information to make these bets. The betting scandal has been deemed as damaging for the Tories, with former Cabinet Minister Michael Gove stating that it is as bad for the party as the recent Partygate scandal. Chancellor Rishi Sunak, who is already facing scrutiny over his handling of the pandemic, is now facing further criticism and calls for his resignation due to these betting allegations. Many are also calling for a Cabinet Office inquiry and the suspension of all those under investigation by the Gambling Commission. The Labour Party is capitalising on the scandal by targeting Sunak and the Tory candidates who are involved in this betting controversy. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has expressed his anger over the allegations and has called for a thorough investigation into the matter. This is the news for today, Saturday, June 22, 2024. Night sky spectacles. Perseids, planets, and a blue moon. Summer nights are here, and with them, a celestial spectacle awaits. Here are 5 great things to see in the summer night sky. First, the Perseid meteor shower peaks on August 11th and 12th. This annual event is renowned as the best meteor show of the year, with up to 100 Perseids visible under dark skies. The shower is caused by Earth crossing paths with debris remnants from the comet Swift-T. Second, planetary returns are poised to grace our skies. Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter will dominate the morning sky, with Saturn presenting its famous rings at a slight angle to Earth. Mars and Jupiter will be in close conjunction on August 14th. Venus will emerge in the western sky during evening twilight by mid-August. Third, the Milky Way is the backdrop to summer stargazing. This luminous band represents the combined light of countless stars accompanying our Sun in a vast cosmic spiral. The Summer Triangle, formed by the bright stars Dean, Alt, and Vega, is a feature split by some of the galaxy's brightest star clusters. Fourth, an extra full moon will occur between summer solstice and autumnal equinox. This leads to the concept of a blue moon, where the third full moon of a season is termed as such. The occurrence of 4 full moons in one season is uncommon, making this event special. Lastly, a partial lunar eclipse will occur on September 18th. During this event, the shadow of the Earth will partially obscure about 8% of the moon's surface. These celestial events make 2024 summer nights an ideal setting for stargazing.